Island.
I know. He goes, don't tell anybody.
Good evening and welcome
Hi.
to About the Valley. And my guest tonight is Jeannie Hebert, a
Hi.
familiar face in the Valley.
Yeah,
Yes.
I get around.
Yeah. Well, the reason Jeannie's here is a week from Saturday. And it's going to be a beautiful day.
It's going to be a gorgeous
We're-
day.
If you check the roller coaster, that's the warm day.
It's summer, winter,
Right,
summer,
I
winter.
know. And that is going to be for the Blackstone Valley Chamber of Commerce Expo, Business
Yeah,
Expo.
the Home and Business Expo.
Home and Business
It's our
Expo.
20th anniversary.
20 of them already.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Where's the time gone?
I don't know. I'll have been in this seat 10 years, April 1st, which was an ominous day to start, so I should have known.
Yeah. But, and you've gone from Valley Tech to Northbridge High School Fieldhouse.
Yeah, because they ran out of room there. So the field house is much larger, and we're just about full this year. We only have room for a couple more booths.
And
Yeah.
you got quite a bit of parking, but not enough, so you run the shuttle.
We do. We run the shuttle.
So if you come down, and
Yeah.
you come early is the best thing, because then
Yeah.
you'll get a good parking
Right.
spot. But you can park at the middle school.
Well, not this year. The middle
No?
school has some event going on, but we have two shuttles running,
Oh,
and you can park at the Whitensville Christian School,
okay.
which is a huge parking lot,
Yeah.
and it's really close by, and if it's a nice day, you can even
Oh,
walk.
it's a little closer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or in the Pleasant Street Church, which is a
Oh,
little bit
okay.
further away, but the shuttle will be making an S, and as I said, we have two of them constantly going,
Oh,
so it won't take long.
yeah. So you can park in
Yeah.
downtown,
Yeah,
or you can park almost there.
yeah, exactly.
As
right.
well as right there, if you get there early enough.
Exactly.
And there, you've got a number of booths this year.
We do. We're just about full, so I think there's maybe a couple spots if anyone wants to inquire, needs a spot. That's great. We get between 2,500 and 3,000 people,
Yes.
and most of our service people that are there write loads of business.
Mhm.
A lot goes on, and it's B2C really. There is some B2B, but it's mostly B2C. You're going to see your clients there. And it's fun for the whole family. There's lots of entertainment going on, too.
Well, something new this year, and I'm going to be part of that.
You are.
We
We're
are
excited.
going to have WCRN
Mm-hmm.
radio out of Westboro, Worcester.
Right.
Will be represented. We're going to have a booth. I will be manning that booth, and between 1 and 2, we will be doing a live radio broadcast
Right.
from the show itself.
Mhm.
If you stop by, we can put you on a 50,000-watt radio station.
Right. That's big reach.
Yes, so you all the way into Boston, up to New Hampshire, down into Rhode Island, down to
Yeah.
Providence. They'll hear you everywhere.
Yeah, just like the big boys. So
Yes.
50,000 watts. It's great.
So it's worth swinging by and saying hello, especially between 1 and 2.
Yeah, exactly. And the chowder contest is at noon, so you don't want to miss that.
Ah, so we'll be able to
Yeah.
announce the winner of the chowder contest.
Yeah, maybe you'll be one of the celebrity judges.
I love
You
chowder.
can taste the.
Now, they only have the white chowder, right?
That depends on them, but that's
Oh.
usually what they do. We let them decide what they want to do.
See,
And it's any kind of chowder. It's
Oh, okay.
usually clam, but we also get seafood
uh-huh.
and corn.
Oh,
So I happen to love corn chowder.
see,
Yeah.
I'm a New Englander, and the only thing that I think chowder is New England clam chowder,
White. Yeah,
white.
White. I know.
And
I
it
don't like
hadn't always been
Manhattan.
that way. When I was a young lad, we only had the Manhattan style,
Yeah.
and
Even
I-
though I'm Italian, I still don't like that
no.
red chowder.
Well,
Yeah.
I didn't know anything about it, and then I was about 17 years old. I had met this girl from Portland, Maine. She was down visiting her cousin in Grafton, and we got along pretty well. And he said, "Why don't you come up and visit me?" So I took a ride up in my old '55 Chevy, up
Hey, that's
490,
nice.
up 495 before it was complete.
Oh my.
It used to end in Hopkinton.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I got on, drove up 495, up to 95, up to Portland. Stayed up her house with her parents. It was all legit. I had my own room. And stayed up there for a week while her mother made me New England chowder.
Wow.
And I fell in love with it. And I haven't had anything but white chowder since.
That's right. It's really
And my
great.
wife, Linda, she won't have anything but red chowder.
Ah, well, see, you complement each other.
But you
But
know
we-
why that is? Rhode Island is all red.
Yeah.
I think that goes back to the days of Rocky Point.
Well, Rocky Point, you could get it's New England clam dinner. So I used to go with my
You could
mother,
get
and I
the
got the
white,
white. Yeah.
but if you went and got the just the chowder, clam cakes, and watermelon, that's when they served in the big hall
Yeah.
and the big long tables.
Right.
You might
Family
be
style.
sitting next to somebody
Yeah,
from who
family
knows where.
style.
Yeah,
Yep,
it was really
definitely.
family style.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah. Well, that's where they served the red.
Yeah. Well, I think it's called Manhattan because it originated in New York,
You're right.
and Rhode Island is in between.
Right, it
New
was
York
so
and
close.
Massachusetts. So
Yeah,
you know.
and I'm sure Connecticut is probably Manhattan.
Yeah. Yeah.
And whereas originated in, I believe, in Maine.
Yeah.
So
Well, we're New England.
we're New
so-
England. So
Well, Maine was part of Massachusetts, you know.
yes, it was.
Yeah,
It was
so-
part of Massachusetts
Yeah.
up until the early 1800s
Yeah,
when they broke
exactly.
off.
Yeah. And I think it was for voting purposes.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So.
Well, they were separated too because you had New Hampshire that
Yeah.
had a little
I
jog in
always
there.
thought that was odd because you had some large area between them. It wasn't connected.
Well, I can give you a little history on that.
Okay.
That goes back when the king did the land grants.
Uh-huh.
He granted Maine, that part, to the Massachusetts Bay Colony,
Oh.
whereas the New Hampshire part, actually the town of Portsmouth was there
Mm-hmm.
when Massachusetts Bay was being settled, was a fishing colony.
Oh.
And they didn't go inland, but they worked right out of Portsmouth, caught a lot of cod, and then they salted it and shipped it to England. And so primarily all he did was fish there.
Mm-hmm.
But it was a separate company. And because all these colonies formed with companies, they were being sponsored by English companies who wanted to do trade and business. And that they paid these settlers to go here. They sponsored them, paid for their passage and everything else.
Right. Wow. Great.
Okay, so,
Well, at any rate, we're going to have a chowder contest,
Yeah.
and I know everyone loves that. We've got some new entrants this year. We've got the defending champions of
yeah.
Galliford's. We'll have to defend. And,
Galliford from Southwick
right.
Zoo.
Yeah, so they won. They were one of the winners last year, and also we have Bushel and Pack and Hunter's Tavern.
Well, Bushman Peck
Another
from Worcester.
defending. Well, no, they're in Grafton, but it's the same people. But
Oh,
they have
where
one
are
in
they located in
They're in
Grafton?
Grafton, going up the center on the hill.
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
they where the drugstore used to be.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
exactly.
okay.
Yeah, very good. Nice
Yes,
lunches.
oh yeah, I've eaten
good
that Bushman
food.
Peck in Worcester.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're great food.
yeah, yeah. And then the green plate.
Is she going to do chowder?
She's doing chowder, and her chowder, I had her make it for my Christmas Eve celebration, and everyone loved it.
Does she do clam?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, clam
because
chowder. Yeah.
all her food is fresh,
Yeah,
organic.
yeah, yeah.
I
Really good food.
told someone today about it.
Yeah,
They were thrilled
yeah.
because they said, I've been looking for grain-fed.
And she sells it.
And
she
she
gets
sells
it from
it.
the farm, grass-fed beef.
Yep. This
Cleanly
person went to
killed.
Whole
Yeah.
Foods
Yeah,
and bought the meat there and then found out it wasn't grain-fed.
Mm.
And I says,
yeah.
just because this is Whole Foods, don't think it's all
No,
organic.
no. But she does. She gets it locally from the farm. She goes shopping every day.
Yeah.
Everything is fresh, and I actually had
So
some
she
of her-
buys it from local farms?
Yes. Well,
Wow.
some of it gets delivered from Let Us Be Local, who get it from the local farms, and she puts an order in. But she
Oh.
buys a lot, say, from Whittier,
Yeah.
things from Whittier, and
Yeah, people don't realize that
yeah.
there are beef farms around
Yeah,
here. There are
yeah.
people that
Whittier
raise beef.
sells that. You know, my daughter goes there to purchase her beef. I don't eat beef, but I always recommend that
Mm-hmm.
make sure it's grass-fed, local, and killed clean.
Yeah, and the other
So,
thing is
yeah.
that you've got to be careful of, even if it's grass-fed, that they don't put
Oh yeah.
sprays,
Well-
insecticides, or anything on the grass.
Well, if they're doing that at the farm, they don't.
Right.
You know, because they know that's
Right.
why they're growing them.
Exactly.
The Salems do the same thing. I'm friends with the Salems at Salem Cross Inn. They
They raise their
they
own.
raise their own beef. Yeah.
They raise oxen as
yeah,
well.
they do. Yeah, they have Black Angus
Yeah.
is what they raise
But
there.
they have
yeah.
that. They have a roast up there where they roast the entire.
The Drover's roast.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Know all about it. Known
Yeah.
them for many, many years. Yeah.
And the sleigh rides.
And the sleigh or hay, depending on weather.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, yeah, and the spit
But-
that they have is a historic spit. I think they're the only one left in the United States now.
Wow.
Yeah, it's on the chain. It's like a It's like a clock. It has the weights and the chain, and it's amazing. If you
Yeah, because you have
haven't
to
been
turn
there,
it
you should
at,
go. It does it
there's
through
a
the
certain
weights. They
time.
watch it. You can walk right into that fireplace. It's huge.
Oh,
Yeah, it's amazing. It's a great place. It's a nice piece of history.
yes.
Like the valley, you know? It's
Yes.
parallel to the valley. We have so much history here.
Oh.
We're fortunate.
I'm a big
And-
history guy. That's why I love living
Well,
here.
the National Park and the corridor will be at the Expo too.
Yes.
So they'll be doing some neat things. They've got a lot for children because the visitor center will be opening in June, which is the Blackstone Worcester Visitor Center. And
Oh, okay, that hasn't opened yet then.
no, it's
This
in
is
June. It's
in
slated
June.
to open in June, and Devin has been working on it, and he'll be there. I think he's going to be dressed in period clothing and have his big bicycle, that big wheeled bicycle.
Oh.
Yeah, so I think that will be there.
So we're getting closer and closer to having a real historic
Yeah.
park here.
Yeah, we will. Yeah, I know you're on the
The Historic
committee for
District
that.
Committee.
Yeah, that's great.
We are going to move forward. We got to move forward
Yeah,
with
we
that.
do have to
I
move
told
forward.
town
Yeah.
planner Gary Bechtel, I said,
We're
this has
behind
got
the
to get
eight
done.
ball. It's got to
Yeah.
get done. Yeah, and I'm really glad that you're on it because you can get the cattle prod out and start.
I'm
moving
going to be
people along.
pushing and pushing.
Yeah.
One reason I'm on it is I waited and I said, Gary, has anybody applied? He says, no. I said, okay, since no one applied, put me on it. I don't have the time, but I'll find it.
Right.
This has got to get done.
Yeah. It
People
does
don't
have to
realize
get
how
done.
important this
It's
is.
very important. Rhode Island's way ahead of us.
Oh,
They're
they
ready
are.
to go, and we're just at the starting gate. So we need to get it going.
I told you I
Yeah.
was talking to a man from Rhode Island who
Mhm.
was very upset that they didn't get the park service.
Yeah, they're located here, and we want to keep them here.
Yeah,
If we
and
don't
If
do
we don't,
something,
if
there's
we
no
don't get
reason
anything
for
done,
them to be
yeah,
here.
if you don't cooperate, they're going to leave.
Yeah, we need to keep them here with the corridor, so that's
Yeah,
great.
I mean,
They're
that
right
was
at
a
the
big
mill.
plus to get them
Yeah.
into the Linwood Mill.
Exactly, yeah, we're very happy about that.
And I don't think people really I think the problem is, when you live in the area, you take it for granted.
Mm-hmm. Well,
know,
that's human nature, I think.
We drive up to Salem and say, oh, what a wonderful place. And people live there, they don't think anything about it.
No, they actually don't like
Right.
Halloween. I talk to people who live in Salem, they'd like to move out during Halloween.
Oh, especially, well, it is a zoo.
It
I've
is.
been there, I mean, the whole month of October.
Yeah, they'd like to move out the month of October.
But they're world famous because of
Yeah.
it.
Very much so. A
course
lot of
it-
history. We're very fortunate to live where we live because there's so much history here.
Yes.
You know, you go on the West Coast and they go, oh, this is really old. It's from the 1800s.
Yeah, that's
You know,
young.
We're already 200 years old by the
Exactly.
1800s. So, you know, we've got a lot going on here that we take for granted. And it's beautiful here. Really lovely. You know, Riverbend is just a gorgeous
Oh.
place to go. There'll be maple sugaring the same day. So you can go back and forth. You can go to Riverbend just down the road and see the maple sugaring, come to the expo and vice versa. So you can
I had him
experience
on
both.
TV a number of years ago. I'd like to have him back again.
Oh, Val?
The-
He retired.
Oh, he did?
He did. We're getting to the point where people are retiring. So there are other people taking over. I know that Suzanne Buchanan's going to be there. She's with the corridor. But we'll be sending people back and forth during the day on the 3rd. So that's going to be a big weekend.
That's
and
an interesting
with the
thing
warm
to
weather
see.
that we had the other day.
Oh, the SAP
the
probably running
SAP
already.
Yeah, is definitely running. So there's
Yeah.
going to be a lot to turn into maple sugar.
There's a
be
problem
great.
with this
Maple syrup.
being too warm too soon and then getting cold again.
Yeah,
I mean, trees are going to start to
I
bud.
know. Yeah, they will. Yep, the crocus will be sticking up.
Yes.
And, you know, some of, like the daffodils will start to grow, and then they'll only get about this big. And,
Yeah, and
you
then
know,
you get a
so-
wicked cold
Yeah,
spell,
that'll kill them.
and we could go back to a 0 day.
Well, I hope not. Let's
I
think
hope
about
not
that.
either. I'm hoping we're out of the woods now
Yeah.
and that we move on and get some
Right.
nice, real beautiful weather. I'll accept what we have today. We didn't get much snow.
No, I didn't actually see any.
But, I mean,
It
you take a
fell, I
big
think.
chance. I know I was
Yeah.
talking to the young lady that does all the planning for you,
Mm-hmm.
and she says, it's really tough because I have to work around when the Worcester show is on,
Yeah, we do.
and also other events, and it's a tough time of year to plan anything,
Yeah.
because March is a very tough month. You don't
Yeah.
know if you can get beautiful weather, you can get a
Get-
blizzard.
Well, there were years that we had a foot of snow out there,
Yeah,
and that was very challenging for parking.
yeah.
So I'm hoping that we don't get any more snow. We have plenty of parking, and it's at least a decent day. I'll take high 40s. I'll be happy.
Yep.
you know, so that's great.
But
So we're lucky. We're very
it's a
lucky.
great day, especially if you're a new
Yeah.
resident in the area, to come down and see what's offered around
Right.
here.
Our presenting sponsor, Unibank, thanks to them for everything they do for us. Home Field Credit Union is sponsoring the Chowder Festival this year. Millbury Federal Credit Union is our entertainment sponsor. And then we've got, of course, the reliables for 20 years, like the Gaudet Insurance.
Yep.
Supporting sponsor, Osterman Propane supporting sponsor. Koopmans isn't a sponsor, but they should be. They have like 3 or 4 booths, so
Right.
you know, and they're always busy. Harborough, of course, has that big booth, and they always bring a car, and it's always fun. Whittier Farms will be there this year, and they're going to do a scavenger hunt with
Oh.
prizes. And we have a big prize this year too, so we're going to be putting something together to win that. We have tickets from JetBlue to go to New York.
Oh,
Yeah. So
out of Worcester?
Yep, out of Worcester.
So that makes it even, I flew out of Worcester, it's great.
Yeah, oh,
It's,
so
it-
easy.
It's worth the extra cost.
It is, and they take good care of you. We were a little late. Peter thought that, he said, oh, we're going to Worcester, we don't need to leave that early. But that road, around 5 o'clock, you might as well drive to
Oh,
Boston.
isn't
It
it
takes
a
you
nice-
almost an hour to get there.
Yeah.
Because if you run the traffic, you know, down on Salisbury Street, trying to get there. But we just kind of made it. He dropped me off with the suitcases by the out front, and he went and parked the car, and the ticket agent, she saw that I was struggling with the suitcase. She came out to help me bring the
That's the
suitcases
thing,
in, checked them in.
it's small enough that you don't have a ton of people
Yeah.
there, you get a lot of good service,
Yeah.
and you know what, the parking is a hell of a lot
yeah.
cheaper.
Oh, and easier too.
Yeah, oh,
But
it's
I
easy.
mean, where in Boston would you have, the ticket agent would watch you fall down
Oh.
and leave you there. But Worcester, she came running out, she helped me with the bags, she brought them in, checked them, we were there in plenty of times.
Yeah, security is quick.
Yeah, it's a good airport, it's
Yeah.
very nice, so I hope that they can extend even more flights.
No, like I said, the experience was great. And
Yeah.
then when I got home, you know, I get in the car and I'm home in a half hour.
Yeah, it's great. It's
You're
terrific.
going to Boston. Well, yeah, if I fly out of Boston, I take a limo in. I
Yeah,
call
well,
nights because
I do both. I don't. It depends on the time of day.
Yeah.
If you're leaving very early in the morning, but if you're going anytime when people are going into work, I do. I call nights as well. Yeah.
same with Providence, I wouldn't mind parking.
Yeah, that's okay too. And Bradley, I've flown out of too.
Yeah.
But we're lucky. We get choices.
Yeah.
We have choices, so we're good. But we're going to have that big prize to give. We're going to have lots of smaller prizes to give away. It's just going to be a really fun day. We have a new feature this year in addition to Iron Shoe Farms with their rescued farm animal petting zoo. We have
Keep that in mind if you
Yeah,
got kids, a petting
really,
zoo.
it's fun. We have Many Feet Alpaca Farm from Grafton. She's bringing her alpacas.
Oh,
So
wow.
she'll be inside too with the alpacas. And because it's our 20th anniversary, Southwick's is going to bring some special animals this year too. So there's going to be a lot for the kids to do. Bobo, of course, is there doing his balloon sculptures. The Easter Bunny will be there.
Right in time,
Yeah,
yeah.
you have to take pictures with the Easter Bunny. So we've got,
Is
I
that the
heard
Easter
from the
Bunny?
Whalers
Is that the
yesterday.
Easter Bunny from Hebert Candies?
It is. It is.
Yeah.
Yeah. He came with me when I left. The bunny came with me, along with other assorted characters. They live in my cedar closet.
I used to
until
bring
it's
my youngest son. He's 43 now. And the other one. We used to bring our kids there many years ago.
Ah, I was there.
I got pictures of that.
I'm probably in your photo album. Take
Yeah.
a look, especially if you went to Santa. I was the elf.
Yeah.
So take a look at your pictures. It's me. But yeah, we have a lot of fun, and
Now,
and-
some of the businesses give out free tickets.
oh, they do. Well, you can download free tickets. We have them at the chamber.
At your website?
On the website, just you can download them from the website, and then of course one thing we do every year is if you bring non-perishable food items for Piece of Bread that we donate to
Yep.
Piece of Bread, you
That's
can
a
get in
canned
free.
good or a box of pasta.
Spaghetti, spaghetti or spaghetti sauce,
yeah.
anything that's non-perishable.
Right.
Bring that. We donate it to Piece of Bread, and you can get in free.
Yeah, see, so, hey, it's a whole day of fun
Yeah.
for the whole family, and it doesn't cost anything.
Right.
Isn't
It's
that
great.
fantastic?
It's really terrific.
Oh,
Oh, and then of course this year we have Jose Antonio Rivera, who
Yeah,
is the welterweight champion.
welterweight champion
Yeah.
from Milford.
Right, he's unbelievable. What a mentor for kids. He's going to be there. He'll be signing autographs, and we're going to set up a little ring for children because the Rockdale Youth Center is thinking of starting a boxing youth boxing league. So
wow.
they'll be there. And we've got Brian Daniels, who owns a gym that works with Jose, and he's going to be doing demos with the kids. He's going to let the kids put the boxing gloves on and see what it's like.
You know, back in the
Yeah.
1940s and 1950s, Rockdale was a hub of boxing.
Really?
Oh, yes.
I didn't know that. Maybe that's why they're thinking of doing it.
Where the where Stan's TV is now.
Yeah.
Well, prior to Stan's, it was La Pointe Furniture, but prior to that, there was a boxing ring in there.
Oh my gosh! Wow.
And Tom Heaney, who owned the gas station in town, was a big sponsor of it, as well as the Paul Whiten Manufacturing. And
Mm-hmm.
my father-in-law was involved in it.
Ah.
And yeah, it was number. And a person who just died, Donnie Gould, just died this last week
Oh.
over the weekend. He was a championship boxer.
Oh my gosh! Wow.
Yeah.
Who
And
knew?
Donnie Blatt was the Golden Gloves champion from
Oh.
Rockdale.
Wow.
So we have a lot of boxing history down here in Rockdale.
Well, it seems only fitting then that the Rockdale Youth Center should start a boxing league, a
Yeah.
youth boxing league. And I think Brian's going to get involved with that. He's pretty successful. He's a boxer himself,
yeah.
so he's won a few bouts. And he belongs to the chamber. He works for Hurley Insurance. Really nice young man.
Yeah.
And so it should be a lot of fun. We've got some different things this year. We've got, Seeds of Hope Chiropractic. He's there and he'll do screenings. His booth is always busy. Husbands for Hire. He's a terrific guy, Ed Mansfield. He'll be
He
there.
does a heck of a
He
business,
does a heck
doesn't
of a
he?
business. He says he signs more business at our expo than any other show he ever does.
Well,
So
you know,
we love having him.
A lot of people, a lot of family,
Yeah.
he's a husband for hire because a lot of people don't have time to do
I
all these.
hire him
Yeah.
to come out. We try to keep Peter away from power tools. So I call Ed. I don't want to see any limbs or digits laying
Yeah.
on the floor. So we keep him away from tools. God bless Zip, but he's just,
Yeah.
this is a man
And
who
the thing
can
is,
do the.
a lot of contractors don't want the little jobs.
No, but Ed is
But
great.
that's what he does.
Yeah, I used to send him up to my mom's house when my mom was alive, and he would hang pictures for her. And,
Yeah, I mean,
you know,
where are you going to get a contractor
Yeah,
to do that? They
exactly.
say, come on,
He's
I'm not
just
going to go over
terrific.
that little
And
job.
he's the sweetest guy. He's
Yeah.
got the kindest attitude. He's a really lovely, lovely person. He and his wife Mary, they're great people. So go and say hi to Ed. Morris at Electric comes
Yep.
every year. Of course, Gaudet, they always have something really fun to do. And Koopmans and Harborough
Yeah,
and
these
Unibank.
these
and-
boots have more than just
Yeah.
showing their wares.
Yeah.
They
There's
have
lots to do. Unibank has the wheel. They have a line there all the time. Of course, they give away their bags. People are lined up to get their bags. This is an election year. We've got a lot of the candidates there, so you can meet
Well,
the
they
new
know
candidates.
this is the place to be. You want to get
Yeah.
you got to get your recognition. You got to
Yeah.
get out there. So they all
Yeah.
show up. So it's a chance to meet with them too.
Yeah, because Kevin is, of course, running for Registrar of Deeds.
Yep.
So his representative seat is open. So there's going to be some of the people who are running. So
Yeah.
you can take that time to meet them, see, what their
I think there's
stand
3 or
is
4
on
people running
issues.
for his seat,
Yeah.
which is Uxbridge,
Yeah,
Blackstone, Millville,
yeah.
Bellingham,
So you can see how these
And, of
candidates
course,
stand
Kevin's
on
running-
the issues.
running for. It's an open seat now because Tony Vigalotti has announced he's not running for
Oh,
re-election.
he's not. Yeah. Well,
So-
it's about time to retire. He's a
Yeah,
good
well,
guy,
yeah,
but it's time
yeah.
to retire. Yeah.
Got a nice place on the lake.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey,
You
good
know?
for him. God bless him.
Enjoy his summer on the
good.
lake.
He's been, he's been a good public servant.
He has. He's been.
So God bless him.
He's done a
Yeah.
great job.
Yeah.
He moved the place from where originally it was in the courthouse. And
Yeah, it's up in where the Galleria used
Yeah.
to be, and it's big and
Yeah.
spacious. And
He's automated it.
Yeah.
Kevin wants to do more,
Yeah. Kevin has some great ideas.
but he has a challenge
Oh, is someone?
in the primary challenge.
Oh, he does. Oh, I
Kate
didn't know that.
Caponelli.
Oh, really? She's running for registrar?
She's running for Register of
She
Deeds,
was
the
city
state rep from
councilwoman, right?
Worcester.
Oh, state rep. Or was she? I thought she was councilwoman, I think, before
Yes,
that.
she was
Yeah.
councilwoman, now she's,
Yeah, state
she's
rep.
state, she covers the South End
Uh-huh.
and Leicester.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And she may be there.
Yeah.
She will be
Oh,
on,
you know what? I think she did take out a booth.
oh, she
Yeah,
did.
so she's going to be there. That's who took out the booth.
She'll be
Yeah.
on About the Valley next
Yeah.
month too.
Oh, okay. Good. Great.
All the politicians have to be here, right?
Of course. And it's an election year.
Yeah.
But we have a lot of fun. Oh, I know who signed up today was Reflexology for the Soul. Have you had her
Oh.
on?
Yeah, I think, no, I didn't.
Oh, you
I
should
wanted to
have
have
her on
her
the
on.
show.
Yes.
Lindy Brown.
She does
She
that,
works on your
works on your
feet.
feet.
Oh, I've gone to her a few times.
I
She
saw her
is
at the
great.
selectmen's meeting.
You
I
fall
wanted to get
asleep.
her on.
You fall asleep. She's
I've heard
terrific.
so many
It's so
people tell me
relaxing.
that
Yeah.
it really works well.
Oh, it's great. And it's kind of like, I go to Dr. Spratt, to Seeds of Hope, and it's amazing how he's a upper cervical doctor. He's not the kind of chiropractor that cracks and does all that. I mean, he's amazing. He can tell exactly. I don't even have to tell him. He'll say, oh, this part of your back. And I'm going, oh, my goodness, you're right. But she can do it with your feet.
Yeah.
She can tell by the bones in your feet
And it
and
doesn't.
moving them. And,
If you got something wrong with you,
Yeah.
she can actually cure it.
Well, she can make it, better or relieve it.
In some cases, even cure.
I know. It's amazing. And she's right in downtown Whitensville. In
Yes.
the Lane and Hamer building. So she's going to be there. That's right. She signed up today. So we're excited about that. That's a new one. So lots going on.
I want to
We
get a
just
hold of
ha-
her because I'd love to do a show with her.
Yeah. Yeah, you should. Well, you'll see her Saturday. You can talk to her. I'll make sure she talks to you. And then Savers Bank is there, and they always have a lot of fun, something going on at
Yeah.
their booth, too. They're a great supporter of the chamber as well. So many people.
Are they headquartered in Uxbridge?
Yeah, they're there, and they have one in Southbridge too, but Uxbridge is the big one.
So that's their headquarters now,
Yeah.
in the old Uxbridge Inn.
Yeah,
They did the
did a
town a
beautiful
big
job.
favor
really.
because that was going to come down,
Yeah, they did a beautiful job.
and
of
that really is a
restoring that.
historical landmark in
Yeah.
Uxbridge.
They're great supporters of the Valley. I like working with them, and we refer small businesses when they need loans, and they're one of our lenders, along with the other people that I've
Right.
mentioned. They've been very good to us and good to the people in the Valley.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It is amazing how many businesses we do
Yeah.
have throughout the valley. You don't have to leave here to get anything you want done.
Yeah, and we'll have, of course, the Education Foundation will be there with us. We'll of course be there with all the information about the chamber. We also have the Valley Business Network, which is our referral group, and they'll be there too. And then we have another table with information. Chambers for Innovation and Clean Energy is going to send some information over. We work with them on alternative energy and answering questions about alternative energy.
Anything on the solar farms that are going up?
They have information on that.
I have people ask me about that all the time. People want to get enrolled in it.
Yeah, we're actually going out to Block Island in May to take a look at some of them. Yeah, out there.
The solar farms?
Yeah, yeah.
We're getting surrounded. We just approved another one.
Oh, did you really? Great.
Yes, in Riverdale,
Oh, terrific.
on Kurt Lang's property.
Oh, great, great.
Up on top, if you're familiar with Riverdale,
Mhm.
at the very top of Puddin Street, up on the top of the hill there. And you won't even see it, because it'll still be forested. They'll be in the middle there, and they're offering people from Northbridge will have the first shot at getting in on it.
Well, we've got the aggregate energy now, too. I was on that committee, and it's finally come to fruition. You probably got a notice in the mail about
I didn't get
about it.
one, but we got one here at the studio.
I think they're reaching out to the businesses first.
Yeah.
And that's going to save you a lot of money. I live in Shrewsbury, and we do the same thing in Shrewsbury. Of course, Shrewsbury owns their own electricity, but it's
Right.
aggregate. And, it gives you the opportunity to take advantage of different pricing through different types
Right.
of energy.
Yes.
And it can really save people a lot of money on their energy bills. So it's a
I have
great
solar on my
opportunity.
roof,
Yeah?
but it doesn't help me this time of year.
Well, no. We don't really live in a part of the country where we
No.
get a lot of
So my
solar
electric bill will
stuff.
shoot up.
Mhm.
It'll be zero
Yeah,
in July and August, but now it's,
yeah.
so I'd like to find a place, because National Grid raises their rates during the winter.
I know.
So you really
How
need,
nice, huh?
I know.
I know, it's just not fair. But, yeah, it'll be a lot of fun. We have the canine dogs from Uxbridge
Yeah.
that do the demos. We've got family karate. They're so cute, those little ones doing the karate.
Isn't that something?
Oh my gosh, they're adorable. We have the mat monsters, the little kids, the gymnastics.
Oh.
Yeah, they'll be there.
They're going to be doing demonstrations?
This is the second year they were there. They do demonstrations, and they're adorable, too.
This is amazing. I'm
Yeah.
at your gut going
And
there.
that's in the auditorium, so there's always something going on in the auditorium.
Oh, so
Yeah,
you,
so
you,
while
you,
that's
you
going
go
on,
through the foyer there and
Yeah,
into the auditorium.
right in the auditorium, and there's always a crowd for the dogs. The dogs amaze me. They're so smart. But I love seeing those little kids. They're just so cute. And the older ones are amazing with the skill set that they have with karate, and they're just, so physically toned and, attuned and have,
Yeah.
the strength, and it's great to see that. But, yeah, we have a lot of fun there. There's a lot going on. It's just about everything for the Valley.
How do they handle all these animals coming in? I hope they have mats on the floor.
Honest to God, well, the dogs, there's no problem. 'Cause they're
Right, dogs are
trained.
pretty well trained.
The other ones, they like Iron Shoe comes in the night before, and they put their canvases and everything down, and they put the hay down as
Yep.
well, and we clean everything up. But
I'm sure Kathy.
there's a lot of people there. There's a
Yeah.
lot of people there that clean up immediately.
Yeah.
And take care of that, and their truck is right outside, so for the waste, so you don't even notice. I mean, there's no smell, you don't notice it at all.
No, they're good at
Yeah,
that.
they take good care of them.
Well, they
and,
clean it up right away.
Yeah, and the Tuckers are great people, Lois and
Yeah.
Wayne Tucker. They really love those animals.
Does Southwick
take
bring
good
any
care.
animals in?
Yes, this year they're going to bring special ones because it's our 20th anniversary. So Betsy's arranging. She hasn't told me yet. So we'll see. Usually they bring some babies, whatever babies are born, and we'll see. But she said she's going to do something special this year.
They were mentioned on Chronicle, I think it was last week, I was happened to watch it. They were talking about different parts of the states, of New England, and they said, to go to Southwick, you go next to Mendon. You go to Mendon,
Oh, because it's Southwick's,
Not
the
South-
family name.
not west.
Southwick, yeah.
because there's a Southwick, Mass.
Yeah, but it's the family name.
Yeah,
I know
they-
that happens. Justine said that happens all the time.
Yeah, they said they they
Go
had
to
the
Southwick.
town manager for Southwick,
Yeah.
as chairman of Board of Selectmen, and he said, yeah, we have people come all the time and ask us where the zoo is.
Yeah, because it is New England's largest zoo.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful zoo, and they take very good care of the animals.
You know,
and-
for years you had Benson Wild Animal Farm.
I remember I had an elephant from Benson Wild Animal Farm.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of
And
my 4 elephants.
They closed,
Yeah.
and that was the end of any large zoo in New England.
Yeah, well,
So
they were
Southwick
more of a
started building.
performance center. So, yeah, the zoo is more,
And Southwick used to, I remember when it was just a very small,
yeah.
now it's huge, and of course they got the restaurant now.
It's now, but they also are very concerned with the environment,
Yes.
and they have natural habitats for the animals. They take
Oh,
very
yeah, I
good
mean,
care
they're-
of the animals.
It's
Betsy
what you would
does a-
call a real modern zoo.
Betsy does a lot through Earth Limited for the rhinos,
Yep.
the problem with the poaching, and the elephants. So there's a lot happening in Africa that's not very good.
No,
With the
the
poachers.
poaching is a
Yeah,
real big
really
problem.
bad,
It
very
could lead
bad.
to extinction.
Yeah, there's a lot of misconceptions out there about the rhino horn, and unfortunately, they're killing the rhino thinking that it has some mystical power when
I know.
the horn is made out of hair.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
There's not.
It's nothing more than that.
These
So-
misconceptions get out, and then you can never get rid of them.
So what a lot of the preservists will do is capture the rhinos, and they will actually remove the horns. So then the poachers,
There's no use to
yeah,
them.
are no use to them.
Yeah, because they'll actually.
But some of the poachers are so belligerent, they get angry and they will slaughter them anyway.
They
so
kill them, just leave
it's-
them lay there, cut the
yeah,
horn off,
it's
and
horrible.
leave the carcass
And that's what
there.
they do with the elephants too.
Yes.
And you don't have to kill an elephant for the ivory, but they do, and it's just horrible, really horrible. So, Betsy does an awful lot of work for that, supporting that. You can get a lot of education. She has something called the Rhino Encounter that you can take part in, and all of the money gathered for that experience goes into the fund to save the rhino.
Yeah, we went out there not too long ago,
Mm-hmm.
a few years back with my granddaughter. Went out to eat, I think last year.
Did you? That was great. Yeah, the
It's-
restaurant is terrific.
Restaurant's great, but
Yeah.
we took the zoo, and
Mhm.
I thought it was an amazing zoo. You know, they're so hidden out there in that back road.
Yeah. And they have the deer park, which is nice.
Yeah,
You know, you can go into in the little petting zoo there,
yeah.
right behind.
They have a
and
lot of real exotic
they
animals
have
too.
beautiful animals. Yeah, the zebras are gorgeous. The zebras are actually, if it's summertime and you eat in the restaurant and you're down below,
Yes,
the
you can
zebras
see
are
them.
right there. Yeah. So that's
It's got to
pretty
be a
neat.
tremendous
They
amount
put
of
in a
work.
zip line this year too, which was fun. I went
I
on
heard
that.
that.
Yeah,
It's got to be a tremendous amount of work for them because
it is.
you got a lot of exotic animals that
and it's quite of an
you got to
investment.
house them during the winter.
Yeah, they do. And that's where, actually, when I had the 4 elephants, that's where they let me keep them in the winter till we found homes for the elephants, yeah.
You actually own 4 elephants.
Yeah, I had 4 elephants. I didn't own them. We helped rescue them, and I kept them until we could find homes for them. And one is in Disney now, and we go visit.
Oh,
him,
really?
Willie. He has one tusk, because one tusk was was abscessed. and
How'd you
had
get him
hearing.
here?
I was doing some charity work for the Hole in the Wall gang.
Yeah.
The group that Paul Newman put
Paul
together
Newman's,
for
yeah,
children
Paul
with
Newman's
cancer.
organization
Yeah, and
is charitable.
we were doing candy and things for the kids there, and I ran into someone who brought this big elephant, and the elephant was not in good shape, Willie, and that's my guy, Willie, and we got to talking, and this lovely man, Brett Bronson, rescued these elephants, had them with him, and was taking care of them, and was like running out of money. Elephants eat a lot, they need a lot of care.
Yeah.
So I said, why don't you bring him to the Candy Mansion and we'll figure it out. So it was like, look what followed me home.
Oh my God.
So we put him up there. Justine knew Brett, had heard of him, hired him, had a couple of the elephants at the zoo. We let them stay at night at the Candy Mansion, and we had them for 2 years. And then in the winter, Justine and her family were gracious enough to allow us to keep them there. She even gave Brett and his family one of the small houses on site to live in, because he was living in this little trailer with his wife and 2 kids. And this
Oh
big
my God. And in the
18
winter, that
well,
would
this
have been.
big 18-wheeler for the elephants. I mean, they were really taking care of them. He made stalls in there for them. And, you know, I didn't own the elephants. He really did. So, and his dad was the vet at Benson's. So that's why he had the
Oh.
elephant from Benson's.
Oh.
So we were able to convince him that this wasn't going to be a good thing. He
Well, no, you couldn't
keep
keep
them.
that going.
No. So we found homes. We tried to get Disney to take off 4, and they wouldn't, because they had 27 pitchfork wounds. The bottoms of their feet were rotting from standing in their own waste.
Oh.
When he rescued them, they were horribly malnourished, and they looked better, but I mean, when we brought Willie to Disney, I talked to the the vet in charge of all the animals there, and he said, oh, this is the worst looking elephant I've ever seen. He's in tough shape. I went, really? You should have seen him 2 years ago. You know, I mean, we thought he looked pretty good. But after a year at Disney World, he gained 1,000 pounds. His skin got a nice charcoal color. He was a light gray. And he's just beautiful.
They have them over in the animal
He's
kingdom?
in Animal Kingdom. He has 1 tusk. You can,
And-
when you
but
go on the
they
safari,
roam-
you
they're
see
out
him.
there roaming around.
Yes, but they have a moat in between.
Right, but
So they
I've
can
been
only
there.
get-
It's
yeah.
quite the
Oh
thing.
yeah, I go see Willie. But
Yeah.
they only bring me down to the moat. He has a little boy. Well, it's not little anymore, but he has a son named Jabali, and Jabali's
Really?
usually with him. Yeah, yeah.
he found a mate down
they
there.
wouldn't take him without him being a viable breeder. They wouldn't take all 4 elephants, so we had to find homes for in other
Oh.
places. Yeah. So
Where'd you find homes for the
Black
others?
Beauty Ranch took Dancer. She was the most abused, and her growth was stunted. It's very sad because they all, except for Callie, who came from Benson's, from the same cull, and we had to separate them, and it was heartbreaking because they trumpeted and trumpeted when we had to separate them and bring them different places, but we couldn't get anybody to take all
elephants
4.
do have
Oh.
attractions to one another.
Well, they were from the same cull in Africa when they were brought over. They were brought over from Mr. Jones, who started Nautilus. He hollowed out B-52s,
Yes.
and he thought he was saving the elephants from poachers, which he was, but unscrupulous people got a hold of them here and exploited them, and they were not treated well.
There's truth to the fact that elephants have good memories.
Oh, yeah,
They
well,
actually do have good memories.
Yes, because it was a year, I went back to Disney, and they said to me, he is not going to remember you. I actually brought a case of Swedish berries, you know, those gummies?
Yeah.
Because I used to give them to them as a treat. And they went, no. They eat elephant food now. They make them forage for food, even though it's a make-believe jungle.
Right, but they want them to be in an actual habitat.
Yeah, so they have caves for them that are made out of resin and so forth, and they put their food out. So we wouldn't give him the Swedish berries, but he let me go down to the moat, and he said, he's not going to remember you. And I yelled, Willie, Willie, and those big, beautiful African elephant ears went up. He came running over, and they went, he does remember you. I
See?
said, that's my son.
I know, elephants do remember.
And he'll follow me around. I can't, you know, I have to stay in the Jeep, but he'll follow the Jeep around as we go through, you know, because he knows that's my mom.
Yeah. They know
yeah.
someone who abuses them, and they remember people who treat them well.
Yeah. They were great. They would, even when I'd go down to the elephant barn at Southwick's in the winter and I'd bring them Swedish berries, I'd put them in my pockets, and
And he would know enough
their trunks would go in my pocket. And then if you were feeding one, I'd feel a trunk pulling me over. You know,
how about me?
Yeah, so they were hilarious. And in the summer, we would
They're very intelligent.
We would wash them with the hose and dry them with the leaf blower.
Yeah.
And a couple times I'd put the hose down, and another one would pick it up and spray me with it. And I'd turn around and they'd drop it like, I don't know who did that.
They are.
So they have a sense of humor. And
They're very
really,
intelligent animals.
Yeah. And Willie would see me in the morning. He'd immediately go down low and put his arm so I could step on it and lift me up on his back. It's great guy.
Oh,
yeah, he's a good boy.
That's a great story. I'm glad we got onto that.
Yeah, they won't be at the Expo, though.
No.
No elephants at the Expo. I'd have them if we could. They're wonderful animals, really wonderful.
Oh, my God.
And they didn't deserve to be treated the way that they were.
How did you get them You had to transport them with the trailer?
Brett took them in the trailer, and they went during a snowstorm. They got to Disney on, they get to Black Beauty Ranch on Christmas Eve, and then they get to Disney on Christmas Day. So, yeah, that was, oh, God.
Well, now
15 years ago.
The circus elephants were all going to be down in Florida.
Yeah, I just hope that they are well cared for, that they're, you know.
Well, I understand Ringling Brothers is going to take care of them. They got a special place set up.
I hope so.
Where they'll just live out their lives.
Yeah, I hope so. That one of the elephants is that we had to find a home for is in the Arkansas Refuge. One went to Black Beauty Ranch, and then the other one's in the one from Benson. She's at the Philadelphia Zoo, but at least she's not traveling anymore. So, yeah.
Wow, isn't that something?
So yeah, they're great. They eat a lot.
Oh, yes, they eat a lot,
but
and they drink a lot.
The farmers would bring over in exchange for the elephant
dung.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because it's very good fertilizer.
Oh,
They would bring vegetables and things for them. And they'd bring, like, the pumpkins that they couldn't sell, or the watermelons, and they would play with them. They were hilarious. It was like they were playing soccer, and then they would eat them after they played with them.
When Ringling Brothers used to come to Worcester, you could pick up elephant dung at the back door. They offered it free.
Yeah.
Of course, they had to get rid of it.
Yeah.
And people would go down there. Farmers would go down.
Farmers would come with big receptacles to fill it. And in the summer, I know where we used to put it. We used to get the John Deere and move it way down.
Yeah.
In the summer, if they don't cut that part of the field, that grass grows like 20 feet high. Well, 10 feet high anyway.
Well, that's because of their diet.
Yeah.
They eat a lot of grainy foods, grasses, and of course it recirculates back in and puts that nutrition from that grass right back into it. Feeds the soil.
Yep.
So that's why farmers love that stuff.
Well, maybe one year we'll get an elephant for the Expo, but we'll see. But not
Wouldn't
this
that
year.
have an elephant ride out there?
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. But, you know, we love the Expo. It's our largest event. It's a great way to showcase the businesses and what's going on in the Valley. And it's a great day that's practically free.
Yeah.
And we also help the Northbridge High School students raise money. If you buy hot dogs, coffee, anything like that, it goes into Operation Graduation.
Oh,
So it helps them with their proms, with their events. With,
well,
yeah,
Operation Graduation is their big graduation
yeah,
party
yeah,
that they lock them up for the night,
yeah.
and it's a great thing that they do because keeps them off the roads and not
Yeah.
out there driving around or
Exactly.
drinking illegally or
Yeah.
whatever they, that was a long time ago for me.
Me too.
Yeah, so,
I don't even remember.
but it's a good idea, it's a
yeah.
great concept, and the kids love it, and they give them a lot of great stuff.
Yeah, and they're really great kids. We have a lot of the
Yep.
students volunteer because one of the initiatives at the high school is they have to get so many credits
Yes.
for volunteering before they can even go to the prom. So they'll volunteer and help us. We're looking for volunteers if anybody wants to volunteer.
The school gets a lot of bad publicity sometimes, but there are some great kids there. I've had them on shows
Yeah,
here.
they have some really great kids there.
They're doing some unbelievable stuff down there, and of course, Kathleen has done a great job.
Yeah, we actually just helped them get an Innovative Pathways grant, and we're starting the Blackstone Valley Education Hub
I wanted to get into that
Northbridge
with you.
campus.
Yes, that's
And
gonna.
we're doing Northbridge and Uxbridge campus, and we're purchasing different types of machinery for them. We just purchased a $30,000 laser for Uxbridge High School.
Wow.
And with that work skills grant, because that part of the hub is going to be at the Uxbridge High School, and I'm sitting down with Kathy. She's got the catalog, kind of like the Fab Lab Sears Wish Book, and we're going to be opening it up and complementing each other on the types of 3D printers and other equipment that we purchase, so that we can extend what we do, and then utilize the Amp It Up grant that I got for transportation, so that we can move the kids around between the two schools and they can come to all of the campuses. We found out some software. This is very exciting. It was brought to my attention, some new software that we're going to be able to provide for the schools, so that the students can be working on a project at their high school, and perhaps the 3D printer that they need to use might be one of the bigger ones that we have at the mill. So they
Oh.
can program it, they can work on the project, and because it's cloud-based, they can send the project over
By
to the
Wi-Fi.
3D printer, at the mill,
Wow.
finish what
Through
they're
the
doing
internet.
at school, come to the mill, and their
Yeah.
project will be sitting there waiting for them when they get there.
Waiting to operate a 3D printer, that is the
Yeah.
future.
Yeah, so we're going to purchase quite a few of
I
them.
don't
We're going to
think-
have some small ones, large ones, different capacity, mini mills, drills, all types of different.
There was a kid on the internet, well, I saw it on the news. His father lost his arm in Iraq. He made him an arm,
Yeah,
and
Oh,
he's
yeah.
able to throw a baseball with it.
yeah.
And the kid made it himself
Yeah.
on a 3D printer.
Yeah.
I mean, it's infinite what you can do with
what
these
they were
things.
telling me when I'm learning about this machine, because I run a chamber of commerce. I have to talk to other people that
Right.
know about this.
Right.
They're telling me this, and I'm like, you're kidding me. Because I don't know what you're talking about. You're fooling me. I go, no, this is real. Your mind just goes boom. I can't believe this is happening. So the Jetsons are now. It's happening today, and I'm really excited about the Blackstone Valley Education Hub. I talked to the building inspector today. He's really helping me. I didn't know anything about what to do, the construction. He and the town manager here in Northbridge, they've been very helpful. Even the whole staff there have been good to us. We could start the building by next week, I think. The build out by next week.
Wow.
So
This is in your
yeah,
area.
and we
in
were
the mill.
able to give Northbridge High School a lot of furniture and desks and that they can use at the high school, because it's going to be the annex, the Blackstone Valley Education
Right.
Hub, Northbridge High School campus. So their building department came over and picked up a lot of that. We gave them enough furniture to start a really nice student lounge for the kids too.
Oh.
So they're going to do that. And I'm just really excited to get this going and see the projects that the kids work on. One of the academies that they're working on too, Kathy has great ideas because they're doing it in Uxbridge now too. They're doing biomed labs.
Big,
So we're
there's
yeah.
a big future in biomed.
So we're going to be purchasing some of the machinery for that too. And I just sent a letter of intent for another work skills grant because the state is very excited about the project we're working on. If I can get another 6-figure grant, I can buy even more for the schools.
Wow.
So that'll be great because I only have a limited amount of space. Like we bought the laser for Uxbridge because they have the exhaust
room to
system.
put it there.
They have the room, but they have
Yeah.
the exhaust system. I don't have the money to put in this elaborate exhaust system and everything that you need for that. So whatever the schools have, we're going to try to fit in there, and then I'll complement it
Well, I've always,
over at the mill.
I've been a big
We just
supporter
all work
of
together.
the schools working together.
Yeah.
So that because some things today you can't afford as one,
No.
but if you work together, you can work it out.
Yeah. Well, one of the high school principal in Uxbridge, Mike Rubin, he's great, and the way he put it was very philosophical. He says, we're going to have these kids. They're going to be working side by side on these projects. They're from Uxbridge, they're from Northbridge,
Yep.
and then hopefully the other schools will see what's going on. They'll want to join us too. And he said they'll work on this project together, they'll make this fabulous whatever it is,
Yeah.
and then they'll both leave. They'll go to their schools, they'll put on their uniforms, and they'll go kill each other on the football field.
Right.
So, but before that, they're going to be working together.
Yeah.
And that's how we need to look at it. We can't be saying, well, we can't work with this school because they're a rival. Well, maybe they're a rival on the football field, but if we work together, we can do really great
But there's
things.
no reason they can't do that. And it building the future for the valley.
And utilizing the funding. You know, everybody's scraping together money. If we can throw
Yeah.
all the money in together and
Well, you know,
and make it one big pool, we can have really nice schools. We can work on the middle, even at the middle school level. We might be able to extend it to the middle school level too.
That would be fantastic. And this is what keeps kids in school.
Yeah, yeah.
You got to give them challenges. You got to give them something that's going to interest them. Not everybody wants to learn about English literature. They want to.
No, and then, but you know, these kids can start. We're doing dual enrollment. I was at a foundation. I'm an officer on the foundation at QCC, and I talked to the new president today, and we really want to expand the dual enrollment program. These kids can actually get college credit while they're in the public school,
Yeah.
and when they get out, they can go right into college.
And they're going in with credits.
They could go in with credits, and the way that we're going with all of this, if they took a lot of courses and we introduced them early, they could maybe even go in as a sophomore. So this would be terrific.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
know,
that would be phenomenal.
yeah.
It's great on the budget, too.
Very much so.
One less year to pay
Yeah,
for.
exactly.
Wow.
Yeah, so we're really
Well,
trying
I think it's exciting what
yeah,
you're doing
it is
down
exciting.
Yeah.
It really, it's thrilling. Yeah,
there.
it's
The
thrilling.
biomed's
It's a lot
big,
of work, but
the
we'll get
biomed's
it
a
done.
big future thing,
Yeah.
too. Now you remind me, the last time I was on the planning board, I brought up that we need to look at a biomed zoning article, because you have to have a zone for
Yeah,
it.
you do. Yeah.
I'm going to bring that back up
Yeah.
again. They did it out in Charlton, and they actually raised some goats out there.
Ah, well, we're looking
uh,
at a site for maybe an agricultural school in the valley, next town over.
That
We
would
could
be,
put that together, yeah.
because the valley is manufacturing, but it was also a big farming area.
Well, agriculture now is so different. You know, the Red Sox grow their own vegetables on the roof. You know,
Yeah.
we got to look at vertical farming, hydroponics.
Yep.
We've got to look at all those types of farming.
You know what's
there's-
important about that? If you don't have farming locally, and you have a national disaster of some sort, how do you bring it in? If you can't import it in, you really need to have local
Yeah.
suppliers.
And we need to be creative in the way that we're doing
mean,
things. There's
one point we
way
had-
too many people on the planet, and we don't have enough
Right.
land to do conventional farming.
Right.
So we've got to, and these are the kids
But,
that
I
are going
mean-
to come up with all of these ideas.
We had dairy farms all over
Yeah.
the valley. We have hardly any left.
Yeah. Well, you know, I met with people from Department of Ag last week, and milk prices are going down again.
Yeah.
So
Which makes it tough to be in
So
business.
dairy farmers like Whittier are having a hard time staying in
Right.
business, to the point where the Department of Agriculture is even printing in their letters suicide hotlines. So because
Wow.
farmers are killing themselves.
Oh, my God.
Business owners are doing it because of the economy. So, I mean,
They're only in it because they love it, but if you can't make any money,
And milk prices are dropping like crazy, so
Oh.
it's tough. It's very tough. Yeah.
we gotta wrap it up.
We gotta wrap it up. This
They'll
is fun.
find- the
It's
hour
like being in a.
flies.
We should be in your living room. This is like your living room.
That's the theme we try to do with the
Yeah.
show. That's what I tell everybody. It's like sitting in the living room and just
Yeah.
chatting.
Definitely. So
Hey.
the Home and Business Expo, Saturday, March 3rd,
Saturday,
10
March
to 2, Northbridge High School Fieldhouse.
See you there.
Be there.
Oh,
That's great.
that went fast.
Yeah,
didn't
it went fast, and we covered a lot of ground. There was a lot
Yeah.
to talk about. And I'm glad we get to talk about the school because I'm really excited about it.